Hey there, I'm Nelson, I'm the Living Card Gamer, and today we are taking a deep dive look into Star-Lord. So I just got finished playing 4 games with Star-Lord, one in each of the aspects, and so we're going to kind of talk about Star-Lord, what his kit looks like, and then rank those 4 games, and then add him to our ever-glowing tier list of Marvel Champions heroes. Star-Lord is all about risk and reward. He flies fast, he flies loose, and he hits hard, and he gets hit hard back. I mean, he's a fun hero to play. He's a very challenging hero to play because that's a hard balance to make sure that you are doing enough but not going to be getting hit back even harder. So this is kind of perpetuated by his hero ability, which is called What Could Go Wrong. So you can activate this once per round where you deal yourself an encounter card, and then you can reduce the cost of your next card you play from your hand by 3. So this creates a lot of fun, interesting situations, right? Because now you can pay for a lot of these really high cost cards that Champions has, but you also are taking another encounter card. So what could go wrong, right? Like, that's the whole name of the thing. He has other things that deal with encounter cards, such as Daring Escape. He has, which is deal yourself an encounter card, draw a card, and ready your hero, and so he can pop right back up. He's got Star-Lord's helmet, which increases his hand size 1 for every encounter card dealt to him that round, and so even further swinging that, risk reward, like I get a higher hand size next time, or how is that going to work? And then Jet Boots, which is an upgrade where you can exhaust Jet Boots to reduce the amount of damage Star-Lord takes by the number of boost cards in front of you, and so he's all about dealing himself boost cards and hoping to win before the villain just overruns him. One of the things that I really like about Star-Lord is he has an ability that gives every single ally on the table while he's in hero form the Guardian trait. So this opens up a lot of attachments that are Guardian only, such as like Laser Blaster or Energy Spear, and it helps, a couple of the event cards that play off of that. So he also has this a card that gives all Guardian allies, or all Guardian characters, +1 thwart. And so this can get really interesting, right? Because he gives everyone the Guardian character, so basically, or the Guardian trait, so basically every single time you're thwarting at +1. So that is a very great boon for your buck, right? I mean, that's incredible. That's a fantastic value, and also helps with how fast and loose you're playing, how you can bring down that threat and kind of mitigate that, especially during a solo play. So kind of similar to what we've been saying before, Star-Lord is a great rush hero. He's got cards such as Sliding Shot. So Sliding Shot deals 5 damage plus 2 damage for every face down boost card you have in front of you, or I'm sorry, face down encounter card that you have in front of you. And so if you're doing this, if you're doing, Daring Escape, you've already used you can use What Could Go Wrong to pay for the Sliding Shot, and I mean, easily you can be doing 9 damage with these Sliding Shots, and you're going to be dealing with a lot of encounter cards coming out of it, but you get so much damage, and he can win in 2 to 3 turns very consistently as long as you have the health. Right? So he's hilarious. He's fun. Let's talk about the different aspects for him. So I played through one in each of those aspects. You can find the link to the video here. I learned that it's kind of like a little icon up here in the corner, and so you can click on that and see all the videos that I have linked. But let's start with my 4th favorite, or I guess my least favorite aspect for him, and that's protection. Protection is kind of interesting because Green really wants the game to go long, and Star-Lord doesn't. And so a lot of the typical protection builds, I was having a hard time fitting him into. So I did try a meditation / high ally build to help out with protection's weakness, which is thwarting, especially on side schemes. And so with the higher with more allies out there, and with Leader of the Guardians, right, he's gonna have a good bit of thwart potential. I threw in the card Get Behind Me, so whenever a treachery card is revealed, you can cancel it, and then the villain attacks you instead. Because Star-Lord is getting so many cards, you're gonna be running through a lot of these treacheries. I thought that was gonna be a fun one to stay out there and maybe cancel like a Shadows or something like that could really swing the game in the villain's favor. It was just hard, though. I mean, it was just hard. I think that there is a fun build here, and I think that with more work and everything, you can get there to make protection fairly good with Star-Lord, especially with like multiple man and how quickly he can pay for those. But really, it didn't play into his strengths, and the other aspects can do that really well, and that's why protection is number 4. Alrighty, in third place, I think this is actually kind of a surprising and maybe a hot take, is aggression for me. So aggression is a hugely fun rush strategy. So you want to win in 2 or 3 turns and just kind of blitz the hero. And I'm talking solo at this point, right? If you're playing 4 players, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. But absolutely fun rush strategy. So I really enjoy using the aggression aspect cards to manage the board state and effectively the minions. So like our new Thor ally that we've just gotten, where he can really take care of those minions, Relentless Assault, and other kind of cards like that to handle the board state, and then letting Star-Lord use sliding shots and daring escapes and his element guns and just taking down the villain relentlessly. So win fast or go home, aggression number 3. In second place, I have Justice. And so with Justice, I really liked it. I've played the Get Up in Games Quick Thinker deck, so Josh's deck, that really capitalizes on the high risk. So with what could go wrong, and then he includes one way or another's, which makes it a very interesting, fun deck. So one way or another, you go find a side scheme, you pull it out, and then you get to draw 3 cards. There's a lot of cards in there that trigger off of side schemes, like going to get your allies, can't remember words right now, go to get your allies, and then like meditation to help pay for those, and be flipping often. You have a lot of thwart, especially with leader, and kind of letting him do that, and then relying again on Star-Lord's kit to do the damage. One thing that's really fun about this is balancing how much risk you are going to be taking on. So with Star-Lord, you're going to be doing a lot of risk already. Throw one way or another in there, and you're just adding things that you have to deal with. But it's a really strong strategy, and trying to figure out exactly where to go. It is one that takes a little bit of time to get used to. It's not a simple deck. It's not going to be a beginner's deck, just because you have to understand when and when you cannot push, and you cannot do all of these at once. You can't play meditation. You can't play one way or another and take an encounter card, because things spin out real quick, and that is so hard for me. Like we Get Up in Game, and I played a scenario a couple weeks ago where I played this deck as well, and we just lost. I did too many bad things because I was like, ooh, this looks fun, and that's just really hard for me to like rein myself in. Alrighty, leadership is my favorite aspect with Star-Lord because two reasons. So he gives all of the allies on the table the Guardian trait, and he can pay for high cost allies using his kit, and especially his what could go wrong. So you can get those high cost allies out there and then let them deal with anything, and it's so flexible, it's so great. And what I really like to do, and there's a lot of decks out there that really kind of play on this card, is to grab a bunch of non-Guardian heroes and then run Blaze of Glory. So Blaze of Glory gives +2 to all of the Guardian characters on the table, and then at the end of the round, you take a damage. Every Guardian character takes a damage. So the play here is you play Blaze of Glory, and then you go crazy. You hit them with Goliath, Giant Man, Power Man, all of these things that you can activate and just deal a ton of damage. And then ready them up with any cards that you have, like a command team or something like that. Get readies or any of those types of cards, and I mean, just run through the villain, have Star-Lord flip down, and then you have no Guardians on the table. So you get the entire benefit of the Blaze of Glory card, but you don't take the damage at the end of the round, because once you flip down the Alter Ego, you lose the ability to give everyone the Guardian trait. And so that's a really fun combo to play, and it's we have great blue cards at this point to help set those turns up, right? So like Black Panther is incredible, right? You can put him into play, go through your discard pile, and grab Blaze of Glory. That's on Panther, and you can play that whenever you want, and you just wait for the right time. And I when I was playing through my deck with this, I was trying to get like 2 or 3, and what I realized is if you can just go with one ally plus Blaze of Glory gives the benefit to Star-Lord as well. So you just run like one ally in Blaze and you can ready him, and you can, in solo, you can take down a hero in one turn just like that, easy. So Star-Lord is exciting. He is very, very thrilling. You're gonna lose a lot of games with him, and you're gonna win a lot of games real quick with him. So for whatever it's worth, Star-Lord is very exciting. I do think that Star-Lord gets better the more you play him, as you learn how to balance that risk and reward system. And right now, I'm not the best Star-Lord player of all time. I don't think I'm ever going to be, but I'm definitely not. I wouldn't even say I'm a good Star-Lord player. I like to do the things that will lose me the game too much to be a good Star-Lord player. So for that, I'm going to put him, again, we're ranking S, A, B, C, D. I'm going to rank him in a B tier. So he is a really good hero. I think with more plays, he can easily become an A player or an A tier hero. But for me right now, and kind of just not putting a ton of time into him, he's right there at the B tier for me. So what's your favorite aspect with Star-Lord? What's your favorite thing to do with Star-Lord? There's so many directions that you can take this hero, and he's one of those that like I didn't like the first time I played because I didn't understand how to utilize him and how to make sure he didn't die on turn 2. So the more I play him, the more I like him, and he's probably the most fun hero for me to play. I don't think he's my favorite, but like I've had the most fun moments in the game with Star-Lord. I'll say that's a true statement. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you like about Star-Lord, what's your favorite aspect with him, and also in the description of the video you can there's a link and you can vote on who I play in next, and go ahead and fill that out, and we'll get your favorite hero here to the table here very soon. So thank you all for hanging out. As always, I love talking with you all. Peace.